everybody. God, I'm so awkward from the camera. I cannot. So obviously I have not made a YouTube video in like almost 2 years, I think, something like that. So it's been a very long time, and I'm in like a whole new different place in life. For those of you who don't know me, you know, because I'm not really close with a bunch of people. So basically I'm gonna make this video. I don't know if it's how long it's gonna be, because anyways, this video is gonna be about how I found out I was pregnant, you know, like how I was feeling before I found out that made me think I was, and how like it's been going for me through. I'm only 11 weeks, so like obviously I don't know a bunch, but I just want to give like some tips to people who are trying to get pregnant and like kind of what to expect. I wasn't trying to get pregnant on purpose, but here we are. So I just want to like shed some light to people, you know, who maybe are trying to be pregnant and like what to kind of expect, which I know everybody's different, but this is like, it's what this video is going to be about basically. So let's get this thing going. Okay, so I'm going to do kind of like a little backstory of mine and Andrew's history, like how we met, just so like, because I don't think everybody knows. So Andrew and I met when I was a senior in high school. He's 4 years older than I am. So I was a senior in high school. I think it was like January or February, somewhere around that. We met on Tinder, of all places, to meet somebody. But I was just like a wild child when I was in high school. So like I was trying to find people to hang out with or whatever. And I just happened to stumble across Andrew because honestly the only thing that caught my eye was that he was in a military uniform, and I was like, loved military guys for some reason. I don't know, that was just my thing. So like swiped right and we started talking or whatever, and then so we like hung out. He came and got me from school one day, and I was very careful obviously, and so we went out to eat, and then he took me home, and then like the next day was Valentine's Day, so we went out for Valentine's Day. And so that's basically how our little romance got started. So we've been together. February will be 3 years, and we got engaged Christmas of 2018. So we've been engaged for almost a year. So that's kind of our little backstory for people who didn't know. Long story short, that's how we met. That's how, you know, it's been going, and now we live together in Athens. So we got our own little thing going, and I'm just really, really happy. So that's just our backstory. So now we can get into what's going on now. Okay. Excuse me. So this video is probably going to be like a little bit on the long side, maybe like long to me, maybe not to everybody else who decides to watch this, if you do. So it was the beginning of beginning of September, because we went to Savannah, Georgia with Andrew, and his parents and his uncle. We went to Savannah on August 23rd, and you know, we like spent the whole weekend like drinking. Like, what else do you do in Savannah? So we spent the whole weekend like drinking or whatever and having fun. And so we just stayed from like Friday night, and we left Sunday. So when we got back, like the middle of that week probably, I was just like feeling really sick. I worked at an assisted living facility at the time, and I was working on day shift, and so I was like in the mornings, like I'm already not a morning person, so like in the mornings I would feel very, very, very sick, like just nauseous. And I was like, well, maybe like I just have like a hangover from drinking all weekend nonstop, I guess, like because that's happened to me before, where I drank so much in one weekend that the hangover continues for like a week. As bad as that sounds, I'm not an alcoholic, but that's just how it was. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe it's just like a hangover that's like taking some time to readjust, like get back to my normal self. And so like for about a week straight, probably, like I just felt like crap every morning, like nauseous, but I never did throw up or anything. And I just felt like really exhausted. It didn't matter what time I went to bed, like I just still felt like I didn't sleep at all. And so I was like telling a couple of my coworkers, and I was telling Andrew about how I was feeling. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And they were like, oh, like, you might be pregnant. And I was like, no, like, there's no way, like, at all. I think I'm just, like, still recovering from a hangover, maybe, like, from drinking in Savannah or whatever. And so that continued. And then, like, one night I came home, because I'm taking real estate classes, or I just finished my last class last week. So I was taking real estate classes, so I would have to, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, my class was from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So I remember, like, I came home and from my class, and I was just feeling really, really, really sick, like, and I have digestive problems anyways, and I couldn't poop, and I was like, well, maybe, like, it's my stomach hurting because I haven't pooped in a little bit, like, in a few days, like, that's what's wrong with me. And then, like, we had to go to Walmart for, like, some dog food, I think, and I was just, like, still feeling really, really, really sick, and I was like, I don't know what is going on. And Andrew kept saying, oh, you're pregnant, you're pregnant, you're pregnant. And I was like, no, 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 I'm not pregnant. Like, stop saying that. And so I don't remember. I think it was like September 4th. I was at work, and my coworkers were like, I really think you are. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to get a test. Take a test today, like, whatever. And so my coworker was like, well, I'm about to go get something to eat. I'm about to go get Subway in Walmart. Do you want me to get anything? Do you want anything from Subway? And I was like, yeah, like, and I told her what I wanted, like a foot-long sandwich. And I was like, well, while you're in there, like, here's my card, get my food, and just get me like 2 cheap pregnancy tests. So she got me like the little Equate things that you peel on the stick, that's like $5. So she got me a box of those. And so she came back to work, and I was like, okay, like, I'm just gonna eat my food first. And like, normally I can never eat a foot-long sandwich in one sitting. I eat like half, and then I'm full, and then like I'll eat the other half like later. And I ate that whole sandwich in like 5 minutes. So I was like, something's definitely like up right now. Like, and disclaimer, I was on birth control pills, and I had only taken them for a month. So I'd only been off of them for not even a full month. And I quit taking them because they were making me like really, really, really hungry. Like, I was gaining weight again, and that was the thing, like, why I didn't take them for so long before, because they were making me gain weight. So my doctor put me on the low estrogen, and it still was making me very, very hungry. So I just quit taking them. So I was like, and I had been cramping too. I forgot about that. I had been cramping, and I was like, well, maybe like my period's about to come, and it's about to be hell when it does come. And so that's why I kept thinking it was why I was cramping, is because my period was about to come. Like, I was hungry, and I always get really hungry when I'm about to start my period. So I was like, yeah, it's probably my period. But I went ahead and took the test anyways. So after I got finished eating my Subway, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go take these tests in my work bathroom, because like they hadn't got my nerves all tore up, and I just wanted to know. Like, I didn't want to be curious as to what was going on in my body anymore. Like, I just wanted to know. So I went to the bathroom, and I pee on the stick, and like almost immediately, like not even a full minute, it shows up positive. And I was like, do what? Like, I was in shock. I don't even remember what I said when I saw it. I know I probably said like a cuss word or something, like, what the hell? Like, I did not know what was going on. And so like, I went out of the bathroom, and I pulled my other coworker aside, and I was like, Rhonda, like, I need you, come here now. Like, I need to tell you something. And because I was freaking out, and she was like, what? And like, she was like older, so she was like a mom to everybody, so I trusted her to tell her. And I was like, I showed her the pregnancy test, and she was like, is this good or is this bad? And I was like, I don't know. Like, my family's gonna disown me, my mom's gonna be pissed, my grandma's gonna be pissed, I'm not even married yet, like, I'm still living in an apartment, I don't even have my own house. Like, what am I gonna do? So like, I was having an anxiety attack, I was shaking, like, my face went pale, I was about to pass out, I was flipping my crap, basically. And I was like, God, like, I'm about to get disowned by my family. Like, I'm only 20 years old. Like, I'm not even old enough to buy alcohol legally yet. And I'm here, like, pregnant. And so like I finally cooled down. Like I made a doctor's appointment. I told Andrew over a text message because I was like, oh my God, I was just like freaking out. So I had to tell him. And he was like, yeah, I told you so. Like, I told you you were pregnant. Like, he didn't have like, oh, like, you know, he just like, he knew. He already knew. And so that all happened. And I think, yeah, I made a doctor's appointment. And so I was like, okay, like I had a doctor's appointment for that following Monday. And I was like, okay, so things are going to go good. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So, okay, so I made a doctor's appointment and I was like, well, you know, my grandma is always saying that she lives in Kentucky, and she was always saying like, I can't wait for y'all to give me some great grandbabies. And so I told her that night. She was the first family member of mine that I told, and I told her over FaceTime, and I'll insert that video somewhere in this YouTube video so you guys can see, because she was very, very, very excited. And so I told her and she was excited. And so it made me like, me telling my grandma, who I figured was gonna be very disappointed in me because she's very religious and I'm not married yet. So I thought she was gonna be disappointed because I'm having a baby before I'm married. But telling her, Zelani, who I thought was gonna be very disappointed, even though I should have known better, made me feel better about telling the rest of my family members and Andrew's family members. So I messaged this girl that I'm friends with on Facebook that makes shirts, and I was like, hey, I need you to make 2 shirts that have grandma on it, because that's how I was going to tell Andrew's mom and my mom. And I put the pregnancy test on top of the shirts, and I got my mom's reaction, but not Andrew's mom. But they were both very excited, and I'll put that, my mom's reaction, somewhere in this video. So that weekend comes, and I tell Andrew's, me and Andrew tell his mom on a Saturday. No, let me back up. I went to my dad's house on Friday. I went to my dad's house on Friday because my stepmom already knew. I'd already told her. And so I was going to tell my dad on Friday. So what I did was I had scrubs on because I had just gotten off work. And I had the pregnancy test in my scrub pocket. So when he got home from work, he hugged me, and like, I pulled it out of my pocket, and I have his reaction video as well, but it's not very pleasant because he's very shocked. And yeah, very, very, very shocked. So, but he ended up being very, very, very happy, and like, he was like going to the house saying, I'm gonna be a papa. Like, he was so excited. So my dad, I thought, was also gonna kill me, but he's excited, obviously. And so the next day we went to Andrew's parents' house to go eat dinner with them. And like, I had already asked his mom, like, what shirt size do you wear? Like, I'm gonna get you like a really cute shirt. And she told me. And so what I did, like I said, I put it in a box with some tissue or wrapping paper, and put the pregnancy test on top of it, on top of the shirt. And so Andrew's mom was like, oh my gosh, like, I knew that's what it was. I knew that you were gonna tell me you were pregnant, like, and all this other stuff. So she was really excited, and she cried, and yeah, it was really sweet. So they knew. So now my mom is the only person left to tell. And so on Sunday we go to my mom's house, and I texted my friend Shelby, and I was like, you know, I'm coming over, like, when I get off work. I'm going to my mom's house when I get off work, and I need you to meet me there so you can video it, because of Andrew's video in it, like, something's gonna be like suspicious, you know? So she comes over there, and she meets me over there, and like, my grandpa's there, my mom's dad is there. And so we're all on the front porch, and I'm like, oh mom, like, I got you like a gift. I got you a shirt, it's really cute. And like, I had it wrapped up, and she was like, oh, you got me a present. And like I said, I'll post her reaction in the video too, somewhere in this video. And so she was like, when she opened it, she was like, oh my God, are you serious? Like, kind of taken back. And I was like, oh God, she's about to be pissed. And then she was like, are you serious? And like, just started crying. And I was like, yes. Because my mom, when I told her I was sick, she was like, have you taken her pregnancy test yet? Like, are you pregnant? And she had asked me that the day, like, right after I took a pregnancy test. But obviously I wanted to surprise her. So I was like, no, like, I haven't taken one yet, even though I had just taken one. But so she was very excited. My stepdad's excited. And so everybody's really excited. So it made me feel good. And then we told everybody on Facebook and like social media or whatever, because I was just going to wait till I was at least past the first trimester, but I was like, no, I'm too excited. So that's how we told our parents and family. Okay, so at this point of my pregnancy, I was like 4 weeks. Like, I went to the doctor the next day after I told my mom that Monday, and he was like, yeah, like you're like at least 6 weeks or whatever from your last period, which obviously isn't accurate because my birth control, but also birth control, like messed up my period. So like I had a period while I was on my birth control pills, but I don't know. So we went to the doctor. They drew some blood, like to check my hormone levels, all that stuff. And he prescribed me like some Zofran because I was just like feeling nauseous. And so he prescribed me some Zofran, like that kind of thing. And so he was like, yeah, like you're good. We're just going to schedule something for an ultrasound. And I was like, okay, great. And so I got the ultrasound appointment scheduled. And so we went to our first ultrasound. And I actually have the little picture with me. It is very, 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 very small because I was only 5 weeks. Like, it's that little, where that line is going through. Like, it's like a little, like literally this, not even the size of a pea. But yeah, I was 5 weeks, so it was really, really early to like tell, like kind of hear the heartbeat really good or whatever. Like, I couldn't hear the heartbeat. So they were like, well, you're gonna come back in like 3 weeks or whatever, and we're gonna do it again. And so, but before I get to the ultrasound that I had last week, I have never been felt so sick in my life. Like, I know pregnancy is like a beautiful thing, but I hate it so far. Most of the time, not all the time, most of the time. I have quickly realized that you need to stay hydrated. I had to go to the hospital about a week and a half ago because I was extremely dehydrated, couldn't keep any food down, couldn't keep anything down, like throwing up stomach acid. Like, I didn't have food in my stomach to throw up. So I had to go to the hospital because I was very, very dehydrated. So they had to put 2 liters of fluid in me, and I instantly felt better. So I knew, like, you know, I got to start drinking more water. And also too, like, my doctor prescribed me Zofran, and it got to where I couldn't eat unless I had like taken a nausea pill. Like, I would try and eat without taking one. It just was not happening. I couldn't eat, and this is before I went to the emergency room. So I think this was just leading up to me being dehydrated. Plus I had a UTI on top of that. So I told the doctor, like, the Zofran is not working, and I didn't realize that Zofran constipates you. So I had went 2 weeks without going number 2. So I had to call my doctor, tell him like I'm constipated, haven't pooped in 2 weeks. So they had to give me stool softeners. So now I have like Zofran stool softeners, and I'm like, and I can't take the Zofran. It does not help anymore. I need something else. So they prescribed me promethazine. I can't remember the duplicate name for it, but promethazine basically. That's what it says on the pill bottle. So the promethazine was helping me, but then again, it was making me sleepy. So during the day at work, if I got sick and I took it, I would be like falling asleep. And if I took it on an empty stomach, like, there was no possible way for me to stay awake. So that was not working out. And then I finally got so sick to where I had to go to the hospital. But ever since they put fluid in me and I got like rehydrated, and they prescribed me medicine for a UTI, because my UTI was very, very, very bad too, I felt a lot better. I don't have to take any kind of nausea medicines. Like this morning, I threw up like 3 or 4 times. And then I honestly think it was because I hadn't ate anything, because I went to go eat lunch with Andrew. So I think it was because I hadn't ate anything. And so I've been able to eat, and that's just like I said, that's just like with me. I don't know how it is for other people, but that's just how it's been for me so far. And so now we can go to when I had my ultrasound last week. So last week I was 9 weeks. Oh no, this is, yeah, last week, because I'm 10 weeks and 6 days. That's what it is. So this is the baby. It's like its little head and its legs. I mean, its arms. And then this picture, you can see its arms and like its legs down here. And like that little white thing in its head, that's its brain. Like, which is crazy. And like, it just has those. And like, you can see the heartbeat waves. But it's just really neat. Like, it went not even a full month. It was like this small, and now it's like this. It's crazy. But, and so I think what I'm going to do is at like 15 or 16 weeks, get an ultrasound done to figure out the gender. Because my mom and my stepmom's going to plan the gender reveal. And I'm very excited for it. And that's... Cleo, what are you doing? But that's the plan. And I go back like November 13th to have like a pap smear done and all that fun stuff. Come here. Come here. She hates me. But that's basically my little story. So this is like the end of my video, I guess you could say. I don't know, you know, I think I covered everything. I can't really remember. It was all kind of like a little blur at the beginning. But I do hope that you guys enjoyed it, and like maybe I can help somebody else out. And if there's any like other video ideas that you guys can think of, because I like doing stuff like this, like, and I like watching videos of birth vlogs and like pregnancy vlogs and that kind of thing. I don't know, I like watching them. So if you guys like have any suggestions for anything, like just let me know in the comments, or like text me if you got my number, that kind of thing. And I don't know like when I'll be uploading again, but I'm going to try and make it more frequent. And I know I always say that, but I'm going to try and make it more frequent and just try and do like some different things from what I always see on YouTube. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want, because I know it wasn't the most like fun-filled, joyful video. It's just like me talking the whole time, but I hope you guys enjoyed it anyways. I enjoyed filming it, and I hope you guys have a great day. Mwah.
Oh, busy over here all of a sudden. Oh God, are you serious?
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my God, Brandon.
Oh shit.
Oh. Oh, are you serious?
When he texted me and told me to take a test, I already taken it. I'm so happy.
What?
Just guess.
You're not
Huh?
you're not you know.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yes.
Are we talking about the same thing?
Yes. I don't know if you can see it. It's like very faint.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Oh. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, is Andrew excited?
Yes.
You're excited, Andrew?
Yes.
Yeah.